Don Mattingly, 14-year career. He played from 1982 through 1995, all with the New York Yankees. I like that, staying with one team. Ken Arzon here, Vista, California. I'm looking at Thursday, July the 3rd, 2025. Last video, I covered Don Mattingly's first half of his career, 1982 through 1989. Had some good years. 2 seasons over 100 runs scored. He had 3 seasons over 200 hits with a high of 238 hits. He had 5 seasons, 100 or more RBIs with a high of 145 RBIs. He's got 6 seasons. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 6 seasons. 300 or better batting average with a high of 352. He also has a batting title, 343 batting average. Won him the batting title in 1984. And he has 4 seasons, 300 or more total bases with a high of 388, almost 400. So the first half of Don Mattingly's career, very good. In 1990, he's 29 years old. How does he do? 102 games. So he missed 60 of them. Wonder what happened. Maybe injured. 79 runs scored. No, 40 runs scored, excuse me. 101 hits. That's down from 191 the year before. So missing those 60 games affected his production and hits. 5 home runs. What happened? Had 102 games. 5? This is a guy that hit 35, 31, and 30. 42 RBIs in 102 games. His production goes way down. Yikes. 256 average? This is a guy 6 seasons over 300, and he had a high of 352, and now he's at 256. So 1990, missing those 60 games, could have been injured. 1991 comes back, 152 games. Good, I like it. 64 runs scored. Not good. You play 152 games and you only score 64 times. This is a guy that's been over 100 twice. $169 hits. All right, respectable. 9 home runs, not good. This is a guy that has 3 seasons over 30. 68 RBIs, he bats 288, so 2 years in a row under 300. 1992, he's 31 years old, Yankees, 157 games, so he missed 5. How does he do? 89 runs scored, not enough. But he does get 184 hits, good amount. 40 doubles, 14 homers. That's not enough. 86 RBI, it's all right. Bats 288. That's 3 years in a row under 300. His career right now at this point is down. 1993, 32 years old. 78 runs scored, 154 hits. That's down from 184, so 30 less hits. But he has about 25 less games than the year before. Gets 86 RBI. Bats 291. 4 years in a row, under 300. 1994, a little bounce back, but he gets 97 games, 113 hits. Bats 304. So let's count the 300 batting average seasons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7 seasons over 300 out of 14 years. And in 1995, 34 years old, his last season, why? 132 hits, bats 288. So out of 14 years, 7 seasons over 300. Should have been better. Sorry, Donnie. Can I call you Donnie? I'll say Don Mattingly. should have had 10 to 12 300 batting average seasons. He had the capability and the potential to do that. He had 5 seasons over 100 RBIs. That should have been more. He should have had about 10. Only 2 seasons, 100 runs scored. That should have been about 10. See, those are when you do the run score at 100 runs scored seasons, and you do it multiple times. Let's say you do it about 10 times in your career out of 20 years. Let's say you play. Then you can start getting Hall of Fame consideration. Don Mattingly only had 2. Now, he had 3 200-hit seasons. I'd like to have seen a couple more. He had 191 another year, so that could have been 200. He had a couple of 180s. So I'd say, looks like he had 3 seasons over 180, 1 season over 190, and 3 over 200. So that's 3, 6, 7 seasons over 180 hits out of 14 years. Should have been more. I'd like to have seen about 10 seasons. He does have that 307 career batting average. I like it. 222 career home runs. All right, so he's not really a big-time slugger. He did have 3 seasons over 30 homers with a high of 35. 442 doubles. He was a good doubles producer. He had seasons of 44, 48, 53, and a 40. So he was good at doubles. Triples, he only hit 20. Not very good there. 358 on base career, 471 slugging career, 3,301 total bases. He had some good years in the total bases. 5 seasons, 300 or better. That's good. 388 one year was his high. He had also had a 370. So the total bases was good production. Hits, 2,153. I'd like to have seen 2,500 hits. He had 1,007 career runs scored, and he had 1,099 RBIs. So he breaks 1,000 in runs scored, breaks 2,000 in hits, breaks 1,000 in RBIs, and the 307 career batting average, and the 3,000. He breaks 3,000 total bases. Is that good enough for the Baseball Hall of Fame? I don't know. A little teetering. He started off good, but for some reason, the second half of his career, he slumped. Because look at, here's a 5-year period right here. 256, 288, 288, 291, 304, and then a 288. Some of those seasons should have been over 300. Is Don Mattingly worth considering for the Baseball Hall of Fame? 2 mistakes. Stopped playing at age 34. That was a mistake. Should have played until age 40. I know it's hard. It's a rough sport. But he had talent. That was a mistake. The second mistake, not enough 300 batting average seasons. He only had 7. You need to get into the 10 or 12, maybe even 13, 14, or 15 seasons, 300 or better. Get the Hall of Fame consideration. That's my opinion. Would I have voted him in? The fact that he stopped at age 34 and just ended up with the 2,153 hits, not enough for me. He was on track, especially with those 3 seasons, 200 hits. He had a 238 hit season. He also had 145 RBIs one year. Whoa! And he won a batting title. I'd like to have seen a couple more batting titles. So in my opinion, he was on track but he fell short. His numbers should have been better. But I will say this. Two things I admire. He stuck with the New York Yankees for 14 years. Good. He didn't bounce around between teams. I like a guy who sticks with his same team his whole career. I like that. And I like the 307 career batting average. Keep it above 300. A lot of guys finish their careers, and especially when they play 20 years, and they're below 300. To me, my goal, if I was a major league player, I want 300 or better career. And I would lump 2,500 games, or maybe close to 3,000 games, if I was a good enough talent to stick around in the majors. Those would be my goals. My goal also would be 1,500 runs scored and 1,500 RBIs. And if I'm not a power hitter, my goal would be about 300 homers. And my other goal would be 500 doubles. And my goal would be 5,000 total bases. And my goal also would be a 400 on-base career, 40% of the time. And the slugging would be 500 or better. Those are all my goals. And a lot of these players fell short in all those areas. Now, baseball is a tough game. I realize it. You know what's interesting about Mattingly? Only struck out 444 times in 7,000 at-bats. Very good number there as far as few strikeouts per at-bat ratio. I like that aspect. Only 444 strikeouts. I didn't realize that. So he was a contact hitter. 14 career stolen bases. That's poor. My goal would be 300 stolen bases in my career if I played 20 years. All right, we're done with Don Mattingly. What do you think? Close, but no cigar. Who's next? I'm going to look at a guy, old school, 1920s and 30s. Only played 13 years. But he made the Baseball Hall of Fame, and how did he do it? Well, he had a .311 career batting average. And he had 1,747 hits. That's less than Don Mattingly. But he made the Baseball Hall of Fame. Why? His name? Freddie Lindstrom. Have you heard of him? If you have a Hall of Fame baseball book, which I have a lot of them, Hall of Famer books, he's in there. So let's look at Freddie Lindstrom next. We'll be quick. Again, I am devoting my time right now in my videos looking at players 300 or better career batting average. I think that is a very significant accomplishment if you're a major league player. Talk to you later. Sincerely, I'm out.